This video is sponsored by Smart Checklist by Titan Apps. Use the link in the description to start your free trial. Atlassian is retiring its old workflow editor and making us all use the new workflow editor, which means, how do we use this new workflow editor? Because if you're like me, I've been using the old workflow editor for years, and every single time it makes me go into the new one, I always revert back to the old one. Mainly because it's an unfamiliar workflow editor, but in today's video, we're going to be taking a deep dive and going through the entire new workflow editor so that you too can also be comfortable with the new editor, because the end is inevitable. Atlassian has been telling us over and over and over, the old one's going away. We have a drop dead date now, and so the inevitable is going to happen. We have to use this new workflow editor, so you might as well get used to it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and special shout out to this sponsor of this video, Titan Apps. Check out the Smart Checklist app in the description down below. Let's jump into the new workflow editor. So inside of Jira, we have a new workflow editor, and the first thing that I'm going to notice is that this workflow editor is AI heavy first. So on the right hand side, we have some answers. It can explain this workflow for us. It can help us add a new transition. It can help us add a new rule. And so it's already being very helpful. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, because in a future episode, we're going to take a look at that workflow builder. But today we're just going to figure out, what is this new workflow editor all about and how can we take advantage of it, especially since that old one's going away. So adding statuses, adding transitions, and adding rules appears to be the three most common things that you do in a workflow editor. And that is going to be 100% true. So I really like that this gives us a very focused view of, okay, well, what are we here to do anyways? And 9 times out of 10, we're going to do one of these three things. We're going to add a status, add a transition, or add a rule. So it's very convenient that it places it for us right here. So adding a status, we just click on the add status. This I'm not too happy about, but essentially I rather just type in the name, right? I'd rather just come over here to this one, type in the name of like new status, and I would rather it do the search for me instead of having to click over here, check and see if I have new status. I kind of like that from the old editor where it just does the query for you. This, I think, is a step back. I think this is a regression. Atlassian, you should fix this part here. We should be able to check for a new status and add a new status in the same step, just like we could in the old workflow editor. But nonetheless, adding a new status is very easy. We just click on create new status, select the status category, pick the color you want, and then click on add, and we have a new status. Now, over here on the right-hand side, all of this changes, right? Because now we can rename it. So renaming it here is very easy. I would say too easy. We do not like renaming workflow statuses at all. This will rename it for everybody, including and not limited to the fact that this is only used in one space. If I rename a status, it impacts everybody. We have a warning here that says these statuses need a transition. So that's good. So it's being very helpful, but we know we need a transition. We can change the category. That's helpful. So one thing that is very interesting here is the approval. So the fact that I can add an approval step is very, very interesting, because this used to be only a JSM feature, or it used to be a team managed project feature, but we are indeed in a company managed project. So we do have the ability to add approvers to our workflow, which is very, very interesting to me. So I can bring in an approvers field. I have a couple more options. I can basically, just like I can in the old workflow editor. But remember, in the old workflow editor, it was only specific to JSM workflows. In this case, we have a Jira software workflow, and we are able to do this. And so this is good. This is powerful. This is a much needed feature. So shout out to Atlassian for this one. You did good there. We have our transition, so we can basically add from the which status we're going from to the to, and then the name. This is a little bit easier and more intuitive. I still prefer to drag and drop, so that still works. Brings us to the same screen. So awesome, that works out really well. We have the ability to just add the checkbox for the any transition. This works out really well as well, and I like that, so that's good. Very easy to turn it on and off. And then we get to properties. So properties, we have the old properties that we had, so we can add the key and the value. So this much cleaner. I think it's easier to get to the properties. I think getting to the properties in the old workflow editor was not the best. And then we can delete the status. Folks, this right here is a game-changing feature. The ability to delete a status is game-changing, because in this new workflow editor, we no longer have to make a copy of an active workflow, make the changes and delete the statuses we want there, and then go back to the space and then apply this new and updated workflow that is missing the status, We now don't need to remap it. And then we have to go and like, it's just such an involved process to delete a status in the old workflow editor that this right here, this is worth $1 million. Okay. This is the best features. Hey, I wanted to interrupt this video to ask you a very important question. How many times have you created a subtask? Yeah, I thought so. Many of us are guilty of creating subtasks, even though our intention is not to create a subtask, but unfortunately it's the only thing that's available inside of Jira. But what if there was a better way? Well, I've been using Smart Checklist by Titan Apps, and you can get a free trial using the link in the description. And this app essentially allows us to create checklists that are true checklists, right? Not just a subtask that behaves like a checklist, but rather a true checklist that we can use, we can templatize it, we can reuse it whenever we want. And it just helps us with our entire processes. And it's just such a better solution than using subtasks as your checklist. So check out the link in the description down below and start your free trial to Smart Checklist by Titan Apps. You are going to love being able to create checklists instead of having to use subtasks. So in an active workflow, right? In a workflow that is actually active, I can come in here and delete a status. And that's it. It'll let me update the workflow and it will not complain. In fact, when I click update workflow, all it's going to do is actually going to tell me, okay, well, I had a status of in progress. You got rid of it. What should it be now? And so this is where you can dictate where status it goes to. We can add exceptions, right, to specific spaces. Holy moly, this is such a good new update. So this is a really good feature. Now I'm going to discard those changes because I actually don't want to delete my in progress status. So I'm going to undo that. So I'm going to go back to my edit workflow and we're going to keep exploring this. So that was on the statuses, but when we click on the transitions, we get a new interface over here as well. So we can see the name of the transition. We have the path, but here is where we have the rules, the triggers, the properties, and events. So these are the most common things that we do inside of our transitions. And so we can click on plus for the rules. We have all the different rules. Now, I will tell you that the naming has changed quite a bit. And so update and issue field is a pretty popular one. Being able to validate the values is a popular one as well. Just read through them a little bit carefully and try them all out. They did break them up by actions and validations. But if you're used to the conditions, validations, and post functions, it's going to take you just a second to reestablish what the post function translates to, what the validation translates to, and what the condition translates to. But they're all mostly here. I haven't seen any that I'm missing, but again, they're just different, right? So it's going to take you a second for you to become familiar with it, but it's really easy, right? You validate a field, you can click on select, you can pick what field you want validated, and you can select whether it's a single value, empty, or compares to another date or has been modified. So you have a lot more options, but not only do you have more options, but the options feel way more intuitive and way more natural. And so again, really, really good job here. We have our triggers on the right-hand side. So we can go look at those triggers from our DevOps toolchain. So pull requests and builds and whatnot, commits. So that's really nicely classified there. We have our properties as well. So we could add properties not only to the status, but also to the transition as well. So this makes it really easy. And then we have our events. This is going to trigger the notifications that get sent out based on the event. And so you can modify your events there. And so that's really cool. So that is all really, really nice. I would say overall, the ability to just delete statuses from active workflows is the best reason to use this new workflow editor. It will take you a second to remap in your mind those post functions, validations, and conditions. But once you build a few of these, it's going to become very natural. So I really actually enjoyed the new experience. Overall, I think Atlassian did a really good job. I'm happy, which is not something I say often, but I'm actually quite happy with this new workflow editor. I'm going to continue to test it and make sure that it is an apples to apples comparison. But Atlassian does say that now that they're going to sunset the old workflow editor, they're going to focus on making this workflow editor much, much better. And I do believe, I just can't remember off the top of my head right now, but there is one thing that I was able to do in the old one, but I just can't do it in this new one. Make sure you're subscribed though, because if and when I figure that one out and remember, I'm going to be dropping a video just for that. But I would say, and for most cases, 99% of this time, this new workflow editor is going to be just much, much better and a much easier experience. I think the old one, I'm used to it. I've been doing it since 2016. And so it works for me, but that's also 8 or 9 years of muscle memory, right? So that has a little play there. But if you're new and you're just jumping into the world of Atlassian, this editor is just a lot easier to use. And it's the one that Atlassian's been using for team managed projects. So I'm just glad that they made it more powerful. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let me know in the comment section, do you like it? Do you love it? Or do you hate it? Let me know your thoughts on this new workflow editor in the comment section down below. And special shout out to the sponsor of this video, Titan Apps. Make sure you check out their Smart Checklist app down in the description down below. And we'll see you in the next one.